morning, North Bethesda. I'm Mr. McFeeters. I teach chorus, and please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and please be seated. Have a nice day.
Welcome to MBMS Channel 17 Phoenix News, where we share the top news stories of the day. Today begins the Chinese New Year. It's the year of the pig.
Today is Wednesday, February 6th, 2019. We are celebrating Black History Month on the news. Listen for interesting facts about the famous African Americans and their contribution to the world.
I am Haley Powell.
And I'm Gigi Relishon.
Today is National Frozen Yogurt Day.
What's the word of the day, Haley?
Catawampus. It means askew, awry, or just plain crooked.
Can I hear that in a sentence?
The smile on the little boy was catawampus, hitting that something was not right.
Let's see what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Roland Hayes, the son of former slaves, became the first African-American male to become an internationally acclaimed concert vocalist. He sang with the renowned Fisk Jubilee Singers in 1920. He performed for the King George IV and Queen Mary.
Today we are introducing a new show about the teachers of North Bethesda Middle School. Let's take a look at Before They Were Famous.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Before They Were Famous. I'm your host, Eddie Conrad. Today we have Miss Bonatesta with us here today. How you doing?
Hi, Eddie.
It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
So we heard that you were a nanny in Italy for a long time. So can you tell us a little more about that?
So my dad, he is a pediatrician. So I started when I was about 13, 14, helping him out at his practice and just babysitting the kids while they were basically waiting for their parents to come back from the visit, so my dad visiting them. And that's how I started, and then kind of like the word spread out because I lived in a very small town, and I just started doing my nanny job, and it continued for something like 14 years. Yeah.
Great. So were there any lessons you learned while being a nanny?
Oh gosh, yes. Many lessons. Patience is number one. You're dealing with all kids with, the age range varied. It was from toddlers all the way to high schoolers, so patience definitely one of them. The importance of also trying to getting to know the kids, because of course if you didn't get to know them, then they were definitely not going to. So building that rapport, because they would not even listen to you if you did not try and get to know them. So I'd say those were like the top lessons that I learned.
Well, now you're a French teacher, right? Mm-hmm. So what were the reasons you decided to go into this?
The French teaching thing started with in high school, and I was going to high school in Italy, in Rome, and many of my classmates came from, or their parents came from Francophone countries over here in this area, all right? And so I would be hanging out with them, and at home they all spoke their native language, which usually was dialect, or their officially one of the official languages of the countries. But in order for them to communicate with each other, they used French if they came from different countries. So I started hearing French, and I really liked the sound of it. And I started picking up, sentences and words here and there. And eventually I was just like, well, this sounds like a really cool language. So I started learning it in school, middle school, high school, college. And I kind of had that double thing where on one side I was learning the spoken language with my friends, practicing that, and then I formally was learning it in school. So that's how it started.
So were there any inspirational figures that made you decide to go into this?
Well, that's a good question. Inspirational figures. I don't know about inspirational figures from education and the school system is very different. I would say that I just seeing how my friends were able to communicate to each other, with each other, even though they came from different countries and different cultures and different parts of the world, I guess my inspiration was just the idea of being able to communicate with people from other countries and other cultures and getting to learn more about their languages and their cultures. So that's how it all started.
Is that maybe one of the reasons you decided to teach in Montgomery County, because we have such a diverse...
Definitely, that is one of them. And there are a lot of students who have French as a heritage language, and so their parents or their families speak French. And that is cool when I can have those contributions in class. And we get to learn a lot, not only about the language, but we get to learn a lot about the cultures, about where the different countries are located, where French is spoken as a official or co-official language. So it really kind of broadens those horizons, I would say.
Well, it's been great talking to you today.
Thank you.
I feel like we know a little more about you at For They're Famous, and all of MB does too. So thank you.
You're welcome. De rien, et merci à vous.
Tune in next time with Mac Ostler.
In 1971, Alan Shepard became the first man to hit a golf ball on the moon using a ball and a golf club head he had smuggled on board inside his spacesuit.
Weird fact of the day. SoundCloud, the popular music streaming app, originated in Berlin when it was first launched.
The forecast for today. Today is a high of 47 degrees and a low of 45 degrees with a 20 to 80% chance of precipitation.
Corny joke of the day. Why did the Invisible Man turn down the job offer?
He just couldn't see himself doing it. Daily care message. At North Bethesda, we care about our school and each other. Phoenixes, let's remember to care today. Care means communicate positively, be accountable for your actions, treat everyone with respect, and keep your environment clean. Have a great day, North Bethesda.